Hi, this is Mayor Todd Gottel. Every year, the City of Rowlett Charter requires that I provide an update called the State of the City. This is an opportunity for me to showcase all the projects, events, and progress that our great city has made the past year, as well as the recent tragedy that faces us all. 2015 will be remembered as a year of celebration and tribulation. And despite our recent heartache, our community pride has never been greater. Even though our city took a giant blow on December 26, our State of the City is strong. As we rebuild our neighborhoods and our hearts mend, there is still a lot to celebrate in Rowlett as we look to the future and reflect upon 2015. This year, the city has seen a dramatic rise in new economic development growth coming from our city utilizing form-based codes. But the biggest story in economic development this year has to be Bayside. In May 2015, the City of Rowlett and its development partner, Bayside Land Partners, closed on what used to be Elgin B. Robertson Park, acquiring the property from the City of Dallas. This is a very exciting development for Rowlett. Renamed Bayside, this master planned 257-acre mixed-use site will be built under the city's form-based code, ensuring a high-quality development with numerous amenities. The complete build-out is expected over 8 to 10 years and will include 1.75 million square feet of commercial space and 3,000 residential units. Bayside is expected to add nearly $1 billion in new taxable value, resulting in nearly $150 million in revenue from property sales and hotel occupancy tax over the next 20 years. Bayside will be a gateway into Rowlett on Interstate I-30, and the city has been actively pursuing the purchase of this property from the City of Dallas for the past decade. To celebrate, we held our annual 4th of July celebration featuring Sister Sledge on the property. In 2015, every time you turned around, there was another groundbreaking or ribbon-cutting ceremony.
We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. We are family.
The Village of Rowlett downtown development has broken ground, finally, and the Catalyst transit-oriented development will change the face of downtown Rowlett. The Village of Rowlett is a $34 million project that will introduce a range of building types and uses within a unique village environment marked by modern housing concepts, local retail, and commercial destinations, as well as high-quality pedestrian amenities, memorable open spaces, and a unique vibe all our own. Just as we had anticipated, the Village of Rowlett is going to bring new businesses into our community and a renewed interest in downtown. Our latest is Bankhead Brewing Company that's just broken ground. To make way for the Village of Rowlett development, our Rowlett Public Library needed to be relocated to a temporary space located at 5702 Rowlett Road. But not to worry, the library will remain a key component of our downtown Rowlett. And when the Village of Rowlett's completed, the library will be located on the ground floor of the most prominent building along Main Street. The Rowlett Chamber of Commerce also needed to be moved as part of this project. The city moved the entire historic building down Main Street to its new location. And for those of you that had an opportunity to share in that experience, what an amazing experience it was watching the building roll down Main Street. What a sight to see. Terralago, a $50 million, 447-unit, high-end mixed residential community adjacent to Scenic Point Park, broke ground, and Phase 1 completion is anticipated in fall of 2017. Progress is moving along very quickly. Homestead at Liberty Grove, Springfield Commons, Harmony Hill, Water's Edge, the Vineyards, and Lake Hill are also building new homes. Lots going on in Rowlett.
1, 2, 3, Rowlett!
You probably heard that Sprouts Farmers Market opened on December 30th. This is exactly the type of enhanced food shopping experience our citizens have been asking for. This year we saw the grand opening of DHI Mortgage and DHI Title, Dairy Queen, Sally Beauty, Walmart Neighborhood Market, Quick Trip, and packaged liquor stores. Coming soon are Chipotle, Pie 5, and Panda Express, and one of my favorites, Jimmy John's. Not to mention the smaller developments and projects along Highway 66 and elsewhere. Over the next 5 years, these projects will add additional $700 to $900 million in new investment, potentially adding $10 to $15 million in property taxes alone. The City of Rowlett held a Community Investment Program, or CIP for short, bond election on May 9th. The residents of Rowlett went to the polls and voted yes on a $25.8 million bond package that included 3 propositions, all with no tax increase. Each of these projects were carefully considered and proposed by the council-appointed CIP task force. Proposition 1 was $18.9 million for streets. Proposition 2 was $4.2 million for parks, and Proposition 3 was $2.6 million for public safety. But due to the recent tornado disaster, many of these projects happen to be in the impacted areas and will need to be reevaluated from a time perspective before proceeding. The last thing we want to do is to stop the rebuilding in those areas. Citizens also voted yes in the local option election to legalize packaged liquor sales for off-premise consumption. City staff estimates that Rowlett could eventually see up to $500,000 a year in additional sales tax revenue. And that brings us to one of my favorite projects for the year, the Kids Kingdom Rebuild. Funded through you, through your votes and donations, built by you through volunteerism. It's a playground designed by our community. Hundreds of volunteers and city staff came together November 20th through December 6th and built this beautiful community amenity. The new 22,000 square foot facility located in beautiful Pecan Grove Park is a playground built for this and future generations to come. It was designed using the latest technology and safety standards. Additionally, it's accessible for all children of all abilities and age groups. This is truly a great community amenity. And it wouldn't be right unless I took a moment to thank all of those who donated. Whether you're a large corporate sponsor or a grandparent purchasing a fence picket to honor your grandchild, Kids Kingdom would not be a reality today. We expect the grand opening to happen this spring. Another big news topic in 2015 was the end of the drought. Finally, after 5 years, and on April 10th, the North Texas Municipal Water District announced that due to the large amounts of rainfall in North Texas this past spring, that all water restrictions were lifted and twice weekly landscape watering is once allowed again. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for your exemplary conservation efforts and patience during this period. Rowlett consistently met the district's water use reduction goals, and we couldn't have done it without your help and sacrifice. I wanted to take an opportunity to thank all of the volunteers that helped the City of Rowlett this past year. I cannot thank you enough. Your contributions to the city have made a huge difference. We would not be able to offer all the high-level services currently available. You know, in 2015, you donated over 19,000 volunteer hours. That's equivalent to over 453,000 taxpayer dollars, or 9.3 full-time employees. You make a big difference in our city, and it's really appreciated. From our community events to our emergency services groups during time of need, like in the recent tornado, you have helped us significantly and made this community a better place to live. 2015 was one of the busiest years in the history of our city. Every city department went above and beyond, and there's almost too many achievements, awards, and news items to list. But I'm going to try to give it a shot. The City of Rowlett ranked number 33 in the country for best small cities and families by a consumer advocacy website, NerdWallet. SafeWise ranked us as number 32 of the top safest cities in Texas. The animal shelter maintains an outstanding 99% live release rate. Rowlett was once again named a Playful City USA. Only 241 cities and towns were named in the United States, and Rowlett was included, earning this recognition from a national nonprofit, Kaboom. The State Texas Library and Archives Commission has once again accredited the library, which makes it a fully qualified member of the Texas Library System for state fiscal year 2016. A Dallas Morning News study asked, how transparent is your community? And Rowlett ranked number 4 out of 113 agencies. The City of Rowlett also received the Texas Comptroller's Leadership Circle Award for the 4th consecutive year. And the Government Finance Officers Association has awarded the Certificate of Achievement of Excellence in Financial Reporting to the City of Rowlett for its comprehensive annual financial report, and is the 11th consecutive year for our city. We saw the construction and completion of a 1.25 million gallon Main Street water storage tank. What an event it was watching it build. You know, the total height of the elevated storage tank is approximately 214 feet, making it one of the tallest in North Texas. This summer, Officer now Corporal Patrick Ray was awarded the Rowlett Police Department's Life-Saving Award for heroic actions, which saved a little girl's life. 2 new ambulances helped meet the increased demands for emergency medical services have been placed in the service. The Rowlett Fire Rescue received the 2015 Mission Lifeline EMS Gold Level Recognition Award from the American Heart Association. And just recently, the Rowlett Fire Rescue has just been awarded Best Practices Recognition status by the Texas Fire Chiefs Association. Our special events continue to get bigger and better. But just a few days short of what would have been a fantastic year for this city, our community was changed forever. Lives were changed forever. When an EF4 tornado literally ripped a path a half-mile wide and about 3.5 miles long through the city. Words cannot accurately describe the amount of devastation. To have an opportunity to walk through the streets and the neighborhoods and drive in certain areas is just incomprehensible. The damage is so widespread and the debris is everywhere. You wouldn't recognize some of the streets when you walk down. I met a gentleman that was walking home one night, could not get into the disaster area, and his comment to me was, I had a hard time finding my house because there was so much debris. I had to look to see if I was on the right street, and I couldn't even tell. That's how much debris. I cannot tell you how great our staff and all the volunteers jumped into action. Atmos and Encore were on the spot with agencies from all over. The devastation, as I mentioned, it's widespread, and the cleanup efforts are going to be immense. It's going to take us a long time, but we are going to get through this together. The city has removed over 100,000 cubic yards of debris to date. The disaster-related costs, including debris removal, could run in the tens of millions of dollars and may be eligible for FEMA reimbursement. There are so many people to thank through this event. It's almost too many, and I know I'll probably forget some. The city staff, they've been working around the clock, and the assistance from all the mutual aid cities has been amazing. We have made huge strides in our cleanup efforts. But none of this would be possible without the help of our volunteer groups. They have offered a tremendous amount of support. Several of the churches immediately opened their doors to become shelters and beacons of light and hope for our community. Since then, they have been turned or transformed into donation centers, opening their doors for supplies and toiletries and all of those necessary things that one may not have after their homes have been destroyed. And the donations, well, I am at a loss for words with the amount of donations that we've had in this community. As I've been told many before, it was busier than a Chick-fil-A at lunchtime with the cars coming through the parking lot, one donation after another, more bottled water, more canned goods, and toiletries than one could ever imagine. It really says a lot about our community and the people that live in it. And our community is bigger and better and stronger than it's ever been before. The outpouring of love for one another, neighbor helping neighbor, is just amazing. We are going to get through this together, and we will be better and stronger than we've ever been before. In closing, despite the recent disaster, we are standing strong and our community spirit is alive and well. 2015 will still be remembered as a great year for economic development, but for many in our city that have suffered through this tragedy, 2015 will be a year of new beginnings in the lives of many of our citizens. This event has created new friendships and bonds that cannot be broken, and I have no doubt that Rowlett will rise out of the ashes and continue our tremendous growth forward. Our future is bright. As a matter of fact, it's brighter than it's ever been, and our community, it's stronger than it's ever been. We have become a beacon of hope and a model of what great cities are made from. We are Rowlett. We are Rowlett strong. Thank you, and God bless you.